Okay. So that works automatically. Now read the book about how to pick locks. Huh. Oh, they actually put some fairly reasonable detail into this. The use key, you'll start to assume as it clicks. Is there anything else to it? Huh. Pick a lock, move close enough, you will start to hear a sequence of clicks and see the door handle or lock pin jiggle in sync. The clicks are a random pattern. At the end of the pattern is a brief period of silence, then the pattern will begin again. To be successful, you must release the use key, or hit the attack key at the start of that silence. If you hit the attack key at the wrong time, there'll be a dull fail sound, the pattern will begin again. Learn the sequence of clicks so you can anticipate when it will end. That is interesting. However, you can set lockpicking to automatic. Alright. Useful to know. Alright then. Let's give it a bash. I assume I have to select my lockpick, which I currently don't seem to have. Am I missing something here? The name of the game is under, well, it's in the stream title, so not hard to figure out. Press and hold the use key, but I don't know what the use key is, so. And, you know, I understand the idea of not wanting to put things in. Yeah, mouse 2 is apparently used. Because people have a tendency to rebind the keys, but it would be nice to at least put the defaults in there. Rather than expecting people to... No, using... Well, that's inventory item. Next inventory item is... Okay. No, I mean, it's... yeah, there are definitely areas in this mod that... The lockpick's probably in the chest, yeah, I most likely missed it. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So it did mention there are 2 types of lockpicks. There we go. So you hear the sequence, you've got to click when the sequence ends in order to actually make that work. Dun, 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 dun. So I have to then use the other one? Yeah, I do. Well, there are no guards, so... I assume the noise will alert them, or the fact that I'm standing here in broad daylight. That's probably got something to do with it. There we go. Yeah, the lockpicking is fiddly. Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's fine. It's also a little bit difficult because I've got the sound very, very low. So I can't necessarily hear the tumblers all that well. Okay, that's one of them. Then switch to the triangle lockpick. You just gotta be quick. Then switch back to the snake lockpick. As to why they make you do that, I don't know. But yes, it's definitely very fiddly. There we go. Yeah, it's doable. Does take quite a bit of practice, though. Safe gives no visual cue and you can't hear its clicks if there's noise. Well, that's a dick move. So lockpick the barred door in order to turn the generator off in order to be able to hear that. Okay. Alright, well, I certainly understand how that works now. That's evil. Absolutely evil. I think we're ready to try a mission then. The only other thing I need to look at, I think, is the object manipulation, which was this door. I believe. No, that's Gamma. Objects and handling. There we go. This is not Thief. This is the Dark mod, which is a free interpretation of Thief in the Doom 3 engine. It is a free download. Finding it is very easy because we have Google. Well, I was reading that. I'm not anymore, apparently. That's somewhat irritating. It's like, well, how do I read that now, then? Use inventory item as enter. Okay. Alright, that's fine. So just don't bash into stuff, because otherwise... Well, this actually doesn't make any noise anyway. I assumed that bashing into this chair would actually have a negative effect. Apparently it doesn't. Try to move the candlestick from the box. Also, all this stuff. Which I assume you can then try. It's the spyglass, which can be used that way. Flash bomb, which is used that way. Ah, okay, so throw stuff to try and get things down. Interesting. Won't be doing much with that. There we go. The physics engine is interesting. Okay, so that's how you push. Is my thing just not working? Because people keep coming in and ask what game I'm playing when it should be clearly written at the top of the screen. Can someone tell me? I'm gonna double check it myself, actually, because if that's not working, that's a problem. It's either that people just aren't paying attention. I'd like to know which. As it should be set to the dark mod. And it is. People just aren't paying attention. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine. Pay attention, but you get the idea. Yeah, the problem is it doesn't refresh. You'd have to refresh the page. It clearly says the dark mod. So, if people are confused as to what I'm playing, then they just need to, you know, read the website. Okay, well, I think I've figured this out, so let's do an actual mission and see how it works. As one would imagine, we're going to want to stealth our way around. Yeah, you can't mess around with a lot of objects. I'll give them credit for that. There's a lot of... Like, it has interactive fish, for instance. Which I'm now going to try and cook, because why the hell not? Well, that's not what I expected the fish to do, but never mind. It could be some kind of ghost fish, who knows. Realistic medieval pillow simulator. Alright. Let's try the actual game then. So, as I said, there are a number of user-created missions for this. The one that it defaults with is Tears of St. Lucia, and these two are apparently pretty good, so I got those. I already have the mission, so nope. Shit. It's not what we're supposed to be doing. So you have to actually install the mission, even though you actually have it in the first place. New mission, Tears of St. Lucia. Install. Okay. And apparently that restarts the entire game. Alright, that's pretty janky, unfortunately. There we go. Well, it is a mod, I guess it's to be expected. So you can only have one mission loaded at a time, and you have to reload the game. Thankfully, it's not too fast. Well, not too slow.
A few weeks ago, I started hearing people talk about a church called St. Roderick's. It's a small church east of Mill Street.
Alright, let's go rob the bloody thing then. What's the relic that made the statue weep? Find the 818 box it is kept in. Find a way to damage the statue of St. Lucia so it looks like an accident. Divert suspicion from your client. Steal at least 750 loot to make the job look like an ordinary thief. When you've completed... You know, that's a... I'll give him credit. That's actually quite a significant, interesting set of objectives. I haven't had time to play any more with Thief. I'm sorry if you believe that I have the time to play games casually. I generally don't. When I do have that kind of time, I usually spend it on multiplayer stuff. As soon as I was done with Thief, I had to immediately start Castlevania, because that embargo was 18 hours from Thief's embargo. So that was fun. So I basically spent, like, an entire day on Castlevania. Okay, let's see. Broadhead arrows. Currently have 5 of them. How much gold do we have? Decent amount. Some moss arrows are probably going to be quite useful. And some water arrows, I think. I've already got 5 of those, but... Let's get some moss arrows. A few more water heads. And you can buy a map. Which is just a sketch, incidentally. Okay. Well, I guess I've got what I need. So let's begin. Nope, never did a video of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I played a bit of it while I was on the cruise, but turns out if you play online, you play offline without an internet connection, you lose your save file. So I gave up on it. Because fuck that. I don't want to do the damn tutorial again for the 3rd time. Loading times are pretty lengthy, as you've probably figured out. It may load sometime this week. Is DB just playing this game? Why do you not read? What's the point in me even putting a research title on the stream without if people don't fucking read it? Oh god. Texture work in the funny thing is, like, the texture work in some of this is actually significantly better than it was in the tutorial area. That's the thing, though. I mean, you've got people who are all developing this stuff separately, so there's going to be a fairly wide variance in terms of quality. It is cool that this exists, though. Now, my hope would be, like, people play the new Thief, and then they kind of get a bit of a taste for stealth games, and then they have a look at something like the Dark mod, which is more complex. The problem with replaying the original Thief games these days is that they utilize some fairly clunky mechanics, and they definitely don't, in my opinion, stand the test of time. So, a mod like this is actually very important, I feel. Alright. I could just kill him, I suppose. That's not a guard, though, is it? Am I a horrible murderer? I'm probably not going to get penalized for this. Nope. So might as well. I know I'm a horrible human being, but as far as I know, you don't lose points for it. Nope, I'm pretty sure that still makes me a horrible human being. In fact, maybe even more so. Well, I killed him because there's no penalty for not killing him. I'm a... I am terrible. Absolutely awful. He had absolutely nothing against me. I could barely read that. You know, I like it for purposes of immersion, but the cursive is difficult to read. Let's steal his things. The thing about this is, I don't think there's an indicator as to what is loot and what isn't. It's like, oh, that looks like loot, and then it ends up not being loot. It's just an item that you pick up. Which is a little annoying. I mean, you'd think this looks like loot. It is. Okay, that's actual loot. But there is no indicator as to what is loot and what is not. So, purists will say, well, glowing is for casuals. And I understand the principle of that. However, ain't no one got time for that. Yeah, it's cursive as font choice in a game is not a good idea. It's like immersion over usability, which is not a good plan. Well, so I horribly murdered him for no reason and stole his cash. I could have just stolen his cash without murdering him. But again, there doesn't seem to be a penalty for it. I have a feeling that these levels are probably quite large. If they are thief-esque, certainly. Seeing if there's any open windows that I can get in. Don't know if I can reach that, but I can try. Can I get up that high? No. Is there anything around that I could stack? Nope. And do I have rope arrows? I don't think I do. Not by the looks of it. So I can't get up there. The problem with the idea of stealing anything that isn't bloody nailed down is the fact that most of the stuff isn't stealable, so... I would happily steal that stuff, but... doesn't seem like you can. You end up just getting an item which is going to make noise when you put it down. I suppose you could argue this challenge to that, so you don't just randomly pick up everything, but it's also incredibly annoying. Purists are going to snark at me. And I don't really care. Blood on the street. This is a fairly good introductory mission, at least. Okay, so I can probably just pick this lock. Ah, the blackjack. I'm looking forward to smacking somebody with this. I did bring a lockpick, didn't I? I'm just... there is a way to cycle through this stuff. What was the button for it? Inventory... nope. Actions... what the hell? Next weapon, previous weapon is on mouse wheel. Tools. Did I just not no, I did bring a lockpick with me. I know I did. It should be under tools, shouldn't it? And it bloody well isn't. That's nice. Let's just go through the inventory items this way. There they are, okay. It's unnecessary clunk. Okay, so that doesn't work. That will. Nope, neither lockpick works. Lovely. Well, that's not very useful, is it? Oh, sod that. enjoy several minutes of complete silence. And also the reason why I would never post a video like this on YouTube. This nonsense is acceptable while streaming. It is not acceptable for a YouTube video, and the fact that videos like that actually get posted is annoying at best. Terrible at worst. Well, it's certainly giving me the sneaking experience, and the level is fairly large, from what I can tell so far. That looks worthwhile for Robin. No, never mind. Closed door. Open window? Nope. Set piece. Bit disappointing. Can't read those from this distance. I'm gonna try and speed up through the town, because this is a waste of time. There is the church, needless to say. Obviously, it's like a fairly linear path to it.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but...
Well, he spotted me pretty fast.
Beneath the hammer of God. Here. Taste my wrath. Here.
Well, that's me dead.
Thou shalt now stand before the master builder.
Well, bollocks. I could barely even see him. So you can just run through the first amount of it. From what I can tell. Just run all the way to the church and then we can get back to that area. Ugh. Oh, hello. She wasn't there before. Interesting. Twitch TV chat has been such a piece of shit since Twitch Plays Pokemon started. It's damn annoying. It's like, hey, yeah, you know, this one shitty stream is gonna ruin the rest of the website. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Wonder if we can just shoot him. I can't remember if he was wearing a helmet. Pretty sure I can't water arrow that, but I will try anyway. Nope.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but rats and beggars to guard against.
He spotted me.
The Lord guides my hammer.
Jesus, they spot you quickly in this version.
Here. Taste my wrath. Here.
Yep, so sneaking through there is going to be pretty fucking difficult. That seems to be the only way. I guess I'll have to distract him out there and sneak past him that way. Yeah. I'll give it one more shot, and then I shall move on to something else. Last thing I'm going to do on a stream is repeatedly fail at one thing and force people to watch it. That doesn't seem very interesting whatsoever. That's something I can do off screen. Hello, Poppet, really. I've not heard someone say that in a long time. So, getting this guard out of here. And there's light here that apparently can't be broken, from what I can tell. I assume this surface makes...
To question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but rats and beggars to guard against.
Christ, he spots you fast. Good lord. Just peeking around the corner is enough.
Prepare to meet thy maker. Enjoy thy eternal torment.
Yeah. I think I will play that off screen. There's most likely a door or a window or something that I missed, but they don't fuck around in this mod, do they? No, not at all. Alright, well, I say, I'll play a bunch more of that off screen before I come up with any kind of assessment. Okay, let's have a look through my list of games. We're going to take a brief break while I set something else up. I have a bunch of stuff that I grabbed on my Steam account that I think is worth looking at. Truck Challenge, Magicite, Revolution Ace. What the hell is Revolution Ace? It looks interesting. It's got a nice title screen, so I suppose that counts. Vengeance was indeed his, wasn't it? Ha! Okay, well, Revolution Ace doesn't work. It's like, update your physics drivers. Well, I know for a fact my physics drivers are working, so we'll try loading it once again. Nope, unable to initialize physics. Right, well, I have no explanation for that, so I guess Revolution Ace isn't getting played. We could have a look at Magicite, I suppose. Alright, we'll do that. I'm going to take a brief break while I set this up, and I'll be right back, folks.